The EPA's secret backdoor, a presidential pardon for polluters. The Trump administration's Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has quietly opened a back channel, a digital escape hatch for polluters seeking to circumvent vital clean air regulations. This clandestine pathway, a newly established email address, invites the so-called regulated community, a euphemism for some of America's most prolific air polluters, to directly petition the president for exemptions from the Clean Air Act. This act, designed to protect public health by mitigating the release of dangerous toxins, is now facing a systematic dismantling from within. The stakes are undeniably high. The deadline for these exemption requests? A mere Monday. This compressed timeframe underscores the urgency of this blatant attempt to undermine environmental safeguards, leaving little room for public scrutiny or democratic process. The potential consequences are even more alarming. We're talking about power plants, coal and oil behemoths, whose emissions of mercury, arsenic, and other known carcinogens are linked to tens of thousands of premature deaths annually in the United States. These aren't theoretical risks. These are real people, suffering and dying as a direct result of unchecked pollution. This maneuver represents the culmination of a concerted, 4-year assault on environmental protections, a legacy deeply intertwined with the Trump administration's close ties to the fossil fuel industry. During his presidential campaign, Trump made a bold promise to repeal environmental regulations burdening oil and gas companies. While he didn't fully deliver on this pledge in its entirety, the sheer volume of regulatory rollbacks speaks volumes. The millions of dollars in campaign contributions from the fossil fuel industry, coupled with his infamous drill, baby, drill mantra, paint a clear picture of his priorities. This isn't about environmental stewardship. It's about prioritizing short-term economic gains over the long-term health and well-being of the American people. The scientific consensus on climate change is irrefutable. Burning fossil fuels is driving the climate crisis, exacerbating extreme weather events, and jeopardizing the planet's future. Yet, the Trump administration, instead of addressing this existential threat, actively undermines efforts to curb greenhouse gas emissions. This blatant disregard for scientific evidence and public health is alarming, especially given the sheer scale of the potential damage. The EPA's actions under the Trump administration have been nothing short of devastating. Dozens of regulatory rollbacks, targeting measures designed to save nearly 200,000 lives by 2050, have been enacted. These rollbacks don't simply represent numbers on a page. They represent preventable illnesses, millions of asthma attacks, countless heart and respiratory problems, and a legacy of preventable suffering. This isn't about abstract environmental concerns. This is about the very real, tangible impact on the health and lives of ordinary Americans. The secretive nature of this email address further fuels suspicion and concern. It's a backroom deal, conducted away from the public eye, devoid of transparency and accountability. This is not the way a government committed to protecting its citizens should operate. This is a blatant attempt to prioritize the interests of powerful corporations over the well-being of the American people. Environmental watchdog groups are stepping up to challenge this blatant disregard for environmental protection. Patton's organization, for instance, has filed a Freedom of Information Act request, demanding full transparency on all submissions to this secretive email address. They've requested the names of every entity seeking these exemptions, vowing to pursue legal action if necessary to secure the release of this critical information and bring it into the public domain. This fight for transparency is not just about access to information. It's about holding those responsible for endangering public health accountable. It's about ensuring that the voices of the people and the health of our planet are not silenced by powerful special interests. The battle for clean air and a healthy environment is far from over. This clandestine attempt to dismantle environmental protections is a clear indication of the challenges ahead. The fight for environmental justice requires vigilance, transparency, and unwavering commitment to holding those in power accountable. The actions of the EPA under the Trump administration serve as a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle to protect our planet and the health of future generations. The future of our environment depends on our collective ability to challenge these actions, demand accountability, and fight for a cleaner, healthier world for all. The fight continues.